decimals make the most sense when we can see them, and decimal squares are one of the best tools for that. Let's start with one square representing one whole. If we divide that square into 10 equal strips, each strip is now worth 1/10. If we divide our square into 100 equal parts, then each small square is worth 1/100th. And dividing it into 1,000 equal parts, each small now rectangle is going to be worth 1,000th. So there are different levels of our decimal squares depending on what kind of numbers we want to represent. Let's consider a number like 2/10. On the tenths grid, since we have 2/10, we would shade 2 of the strips. So we would shade the first and the second. For the hundredths, 2/10 is the same thing as 20 hundredths. So we would shade 20 small squares, which ends up being 2 columns, just like before. And finally, on the thousandths, we could represent this as 200 thousandths. So we would actually shade 200 of my tiny rectangles, which would end up once again being 2 of these columns. All of these represent the same amount. That's a powerful idea, and it takes time to sink in. Next, let's look at 47 hundredths. There's actually 2 ways we can do this. We can recognize that this is 47 hundredths. So I would go to my hundredth square and shade a total of 47 spaces. There's 40 plus 7. So that would represent 47 hundredths. But there is another way to do this. We can think of this as 4/10 plus 7 hundredths. So in that case, I would shade 4 of my tenths and 7 of my hundreds. This time I need 2 of my grids to represent this number rather than just 1, but this is still a valid way. There isn't one right way. And that flexibility is exactly what helps students build confidence. You're practicing that flexibility right now.